What is up, everybody? I go by the name of TFUAH, and today I've decided to bring another discussion video. Now, this video is gonna be a lot more interesting because, almost like my last ones, I've talked about some stuff that made you want to think about it for a while. And this one I felt was really necessary, to be honest, because, well, I was thinking about it a lot while watching a lot of Kanto series, and I just decided, maybe to talk about it. So, this is not going to be like a theory. This is basically, I want everyone's opinion on it, or what their views on it, or what their answer is. That's what I'm looking for in most. I'm not looking for like argument and bashing and just being like, oh no, you're wrong, I'm right, or oh no, I'm wrong, you're right. I don't want any of that kind of stuff. I want this to be based off a sort of conversation that definitely is really applicable and definitely approachable for everyone else to talk about. So without further ado, instead of me blabbering on about it, let's just get to it. So a while ago, I was watching Pokemon The Indigo League, because usually I watch a lot of Pokemon on Boomerang, since now Boomerang shows Pokemon. It showed Advance for a while, and then it just went straight back to Kanto out of nowhere, and then it started showing the first few episodes that started. So one day I was watching, and it was the episode about AJ and his Sandshrew. If you don't remember who AJ is, he's basically that trainer who won over 100 matches, actually 100 matches exactly, and he did it with just his Sandshrew. Now, they were his Pokemon, but they weren't but he never went for a league yet. He said if he wins 100 matches, he'll go for badges, and he just about did that. And it was an interesting concept, usually mainly because of his Sandshrew. His Sandshrew, it can fly. It basically knows how to curl into a ball and just counter or block anything. And it can also have sex with the Butterfree, but that's far from the point. But anyways, I've thought about it a lot more, and it was really interesting that he won 98 wins right when Ash and Team Rocket came, and then AJ basically beat both of them and got 100 wins. Now, I'm guessing he's faced a lot of trainers from around, and it was a really, really crazy process that he won 98 wins out of nowhere. And he has never won a single badge. And his Sandshrew is pretty strong. I give him the benefit of the doubt. He is pretty powerful. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put AJ to the side right now, and I'm going to talk about another trainer. Now, we all know our favorite lovable Gary motherfucking Oak. The guy who's won 10 badges. I don't know how. I won't even go into detail on that because a lot of that is weird, but I'm guessing because he's Gary motherfucking Oak. And we know he was already ahead of Ash for a while, and we know how much perfectionist he is. He basically makes sure his Pokemon are trained perfectly, fed perfectly, taken care of. He is an overall perfectionist, but he's also cocky. He's a cocky, professional perfectionist. Okay, maybe not professional because he wasn't professional at the time, but I guess nowadays he can be considered professional. But let's just get back to the topic. So Gary Oak is definitely a strong trainer, and we could already assume he's already won 2, maybe 3 badges after Ash fought AJ. So he's probably he already was at Lieutenant Surge, maybe. Who knows? Actually, no, he wasn't. Was it? I don't remember. This was like a long time ago. I forget the SSN situation that happened, but who knows? But anyways, back on subject. Now, we know Gary is definitely an amazing trainer, but we know he's had his losses before. Now, we know the one with Giovanni where he was kicking ass, and then out of nowhere fucking Mewtwo came in and then just wrecked his whole team. So getting rid of Gary's chances to win 11 badges. And we know he didn't do so well in the Kanto or Indigo League. So, I mean, he did okay, but he didn't really get to the top 32, or was it 32? I think it was 32. I don't remember. No. This is a lot of memory, and I really don't remember. So, we know Gary has definitely had his losses, but he also has had his wins. I mean, he has some amazing Pokemon. He has a Nidoking, he has a Golem. Did he have a Magmar? Yeah, he has a Magmar. He had a Nidoqueen, he has Blastoise, he has Eevee, which is now an Umbreon these days. But back then it was an Eevee, so he's definitely had a lot of powerful mons, but he's also lost a few times. Now, back to reality. Now, let's bring AJ back to this picture. AJ has overall been undefeated for a long time, and he's trained his Pokemon, a lot of his Pokemon, to complete power. So, my question is, because if anything, I want to know, did Gary ever fight AJ? And also, if so, was AJ Gary's first loss? I think about it a lot more, and for some reason, I feel like AJ is the reason Gary wanted to become even stronger with his Pokemon and definitely win a lot more badges, because, I mean, it would make sense. Gary is a perfectionist. He does everything right, but AJ probably does something a lot more that really benefited to him actually defeating Gary, if he did. If these two actually fought, I could see it now. It was probably AJ Sandshrew going against Gary's, let's say he went against Geodude, Nidoran Boy, and Squirtle. Let's say he didn't, I don't know if Eevee was his actual starter, it could have been, but I'm gonna say Squirtle was his starter. So let's say he brings out Nidoran first, and we know Nidoran probably knows moves like double kick. He probably taught it Ice Beam somehow, because let's face it, Gary does a lot of things, and we know Nidoran can be a strong special attacker or physical attacker. And let's say Sandshrew was definitely strong enough to take down Nidoran Boy. So then next comes Geodude, and Geodude is a lot tougher because they're both ground types. But Sandshrew could probably take out Geodude, especially with his rock type weakness, and definitely somehow, I wouldn't know the way, but Sandshrew definitely takes out Geodude. Now we go to the real thing where Sandshrew goes against Squirtle. Now we know Squirtle has the strongest advantage because Squirtle's a water type. So let's say this battle goes on for a while, and AJ is honestly almost to the brink where he's about to lose. But somehow Sandshrew pulls through. I forget which move. I know he learned Fisher, and that's a complete one-hit KO. So chances are, as strong as Squirtle was to honestly put Sandshrew in his place, AJ probably used his trump card Fisher to one-hit KO Squirtle and put Gary into a lot of shock. Now I know when we watched it, definitely hands down, the arena broke. But chances are AJ probably fixed up the arena around the time in a fast pace in order to battle more. So let's go with the idea is that AJ definitely rebuilt his arena, but somehow Fisher definitely took out Squirtle, and it led Gary to really in shock, but it made him want to get stronger, because that is definitely what AJ wants to look forward to if they ever cross paths again. We know it never happens, but it seems like a good idea at the time. Now, that's my overall thoughts about that. Is it would be an interesting concept if Gary and AJ did fight, and it led to Gary wanting to be stronger. But also, it shows a lot of can't really think of words right now. It's like really late and I'm like super tired, but it just definitely shows that Gary wanted to be stronger and want to make his Pokemon a lot more perfect because he didn't want to repeat the same mistake that he did with AJ and his Sandshrew. And if I could honestly assume, I could say Gary was AJ's 98th win. I could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong about that, but when you think about it a lot more, it could make more sense since Gary is ahead of Ash. But let's say, because we remember AJ had a lot of Pokemon that he was catching, so chances are after the battle that Gary and AJ had, if it happened, let's say AJ finished his gym, which is not really legal, and then he goes to catch more Pokemon, and then after a while, that's when he meets Ash and Team Rocket and beat them to be their 100th win. Now, like I said, I might be wrong, and if I am, that's fine. But overall, that's what my overall concept is, because I want to know if it did, like, I know I won't get the answer, but it makes you think. Because Gary is a strong trainer and so is AJ, so did they cross paths? Who knows? If you think Gary and AJ crossed paths, leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me if you think he did or if he didn't. Leave a like with this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. I hope you liked this discussion. I know it was a really long discussion, but it had to be said, and I wanted to get everyone else's thoughts about it because that's what I care about the most. I mean, I think they fought each other. I have a feeling they did. Chances are I'm wrong, but who knows. But I want to get your guys' thoughts. I want to basically poke your brains on it. Not literally. I mean, that would be cool, but I just want to poke your brains and see what you think about this. I hope you guys enjoyed what I've said. I hope you guys enjoy more of my discussion posts, and I will see you all later. Peace out.